What's good, boy dudes and boy duders? And today, to end my Naruto 11 movie part little movie month that I've done this month. Well, it was meant to end in April, but I got lazy. So, anyway, to end the Naruto movie month, it is the supposed final Naruto movie, Boruto Naruto the movie, a 2015 Japanese animated film and the directional debut of Haruyuki Yamashita. It is based on Masahito Kishimoto's manga and anime. Screenplay was written by Masahito Kishimoto and Yukio Kodachi and originally based on Masahito Kito's original story. So this is a Masahito Kishimoto story, pretty much. And set after the final of Naruto, which is about 15 years after the Fourth Great Ninja War, the film focuses on the title character Boruto Uzumaki, the son of Naruto Uzumaki, and Naruto is Hokage, as we all know. And because he's the seventh Hokage, he doesn't really spend too much time with his family, which kind of upsets Boruto. And Boruto is willing to do anything to, make sure his father can acknowledge him, even if it means cheating at times. Meanwhile, Sasuke returns to the village with warnings about two mysterious beings who might become a big threat to the world peace that the ninjas managed to bring. And the film was first teased in the post-credits scene of the previous film, the last Naruto film. Kishimoto took a large role in the making of the last, compared to the previous Naruto films, handling the script and character designs. However, Kishimoto took an even larger role on the making of this film, handling not only the script, character designs, but the screenplay as well. And this brought him difficulties because of which is required to help. And this brought a lot of difficulties because of which he required help from other staff members such as the writer Yukio Kodachi and director Yamashita. They created new scenes that left a deep impression on Kishimoto. And released on August 2015, the film became the franchise's highest grossing film, and its home media versions had good sales to the point of becoming Japan's best-selling release in 2016. The positive reception of the movie was been very positive, with praising with many writers praising the animation, fight scenes, and Boruto's growth. But some people criticized it for its unmemorable antagonist, along with Boruto's relationship with his father not being explored deeply. And Yuko Kodachi and artist Miko 5 minutes of the film, and I instantly declared that this is going to be the greatest Naruto film. And in my opinion, I think it is. Rewatching this film is brilliant on so many levels. The animation is improved to a whole new level. Like, the fight scenes are just absolutely energetic. They're full of color, they're full of fluidity, they're full of like vibrance and action, and it just leaps off the screen. My gosh, like, wow, people were going nuts over the animation. And particularly the fight scene with Naruto and Sasuke versus Monoshiki towards the end. That dual fighting battle was just... it was fan fiction come to life on screen. I know it's fan fiction, but my gosh, it's fan fiction that I wanted to see. It looked amazing. Absolutely amazing. And what I like about this film is how it deals with the life and the events after the war. I mean, when we read the chapter 700, we got to see a bit of Boruto and what was happening, but it left so many questions, and I wanted to know what was happening in that new timeline, and I wanted to see a bit more, Boruto and all that, and we do get to see in this movie, we do see that Naruto has settled down, sort of, and he's got 2 kids, Boruto Uzumaki and this cute, adorable little daughter of his. My gosh, Himawari is probably the cutest, adorable girl I have ever seen. And it's just so sad that Naruto just can't even. The dude forgot Himawari's birthday and he drops a cake. Like, what the heck? Her poor face when she saw it, she just was like, oh, the way her head just tilted, it was just so sad. Like, not only did her cake was destroyed, but her father didn't turn up. That was just so sad. And oh my gosh, this movie has a lot of those scenes, Boruto and Naruto's like relationship is very, 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 you know, a bit of a turmoil. You know, they don't really see eye to eye. You know, Naruto is Hokage now, and he considers the entire village his family. And the TV show does explore that a lot more, saying that he's always saying that the village is always his family and he has to always keep an eye out of them. And Boruto is like, this dude has always grown up with his father, but you know, there. And then when he became a Hokage, he saw less and less of him, and he's just a bit salty that his father isn't there, you know. But, you know, it does make sense, you know. But it's like, come on, dude. You've got a mother and a sister, you got a bunch of friends. I mean, you could go to your father anytime, my dude. But yeah, we'll get to mixed aspects of that later on. But let's talk about more positives as well. Sasuke. My gosh, I think this is the best Sasuke. Out of everything we've seen in the original series to Shippuden to the last movie and like the events in Shippuden which kind of adapted the last arcs, this is definitely the best of Sasuke I have seen. Sasuke kind of looks and reminds me of Professor Snape. He literally looks like him. I mean, take one look at him, he looks like Snape. He looks like Snape. But I like how he takes this kind of like teacher role, you know, like the sensei, like the cool-hearted sensei. He's quite cool, he's mysterious, but he's also quite lovely, and he's got a good heart. And this is the Sasuke that was kind of how he was before he wanted to kill Itachi. Like, this is like, it is kind of old school Sasuke but more mature, and I really do like this Sasuke. I really, really do like this Sasuke. I think Sasuke is definitely the best thing of this film. If you're to watch this film, watch it for Sasuke, because not only is his design better, but his personality, his powers are so much better. I love his relationship with his daughter, you know. There's a bit, we do see more Sasuke and his daughter in the series, and including that Naruto Scarlet Spring Gadian manga arc thing, and we do explore more of him. But in this film, he's just so cool, and he's the first character we see in the film battling Monoshiki and the other dude. It's just so cool. He's so cool, and it's just so awesome. Also, I really do like the visual backgrounds. Like, normally, whenever a Naruto movie is set in the Hidden Leaf Village, I'm always like, oh gosh, because we see the Hidden Leaf Village all the time in the anime, and to be honest with you, I'm kind of bored. I want to see new locations. That's why I considered Blood Prison and the Lost Towers to be like the better Naruto films, because they weren't set in the Hidden Leaf Village in its entirety. It took the time to actually have a story that was set in a different location, and different locations means we get to see interesting, like, I like to see how the characters interact with their new surroundings and all that, and it makes it look so big and cinematic. And you think, oh, this film is entirely set in the Hidden Leaf Village, entirely, apart from the first scene. But I have to admit, I actually liked it. I really liked how this film was set in the Hidden Leaf Village. The leaf is completely transformed. It's not a village anymore, it is a city. Like, you've got skyscrapers, you've got trains like running up and down, and oh my gosh, you've got blimps flying around, you've got technology, computers, cell phones. It's like, this is a futuristic Hidden Leaf Village, and it looks amazing, particularly in the night. The village looks amazing at the night, and it's so nice to see how far we have come from the original series to now. It just shows you how long, I mean, it's been 15 years since the 4th grade Ninja War. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. 15 years. That is a long time. And I really, really, really do like that. And oh my gosh, where else do we go? The other characters in the film are just absolutely amazing, and they all have unique personalities. The Next Generation characters, when I first saw them, I was like, oh, they're going to be carbon copies of their, you know, and some of them are, but some of them are quite original. Mitsuki and Sarada, and from what we see in the film, I would say Mitsuki, Sarada are the most original new characters I have seen so far out of all of them. and maybe Chocho as well. They are the original new characters in this film. They are just so original. I love Sarada. She's just this feisty young girl who wants to be Hokage, just like Naruto. And we see a lot more of her in the show and in her little arc involving her dad. And I quite like her. I really do like her. I think there's something about Sarada, like, I don't know, just that she's just so determined and she's so smart, but she's not like Sakura where she's really obnoxious and useless. She freaking saves Boruto's butt multiple times. There are times in the film where Boruto was about to quit, specifically in like the tuning exam arc, and Sarada is freaking saving him constantly, time and time again. It's like, my gosh, Naruto is like the damsel in distress half the time, this Boruto kid. And it's like, Sarada's saving him all the time. Like, what the heck? This girl is awesome. I like her. Mitsuki is also very mysterious. Yes, he does remind me of Sai, but he has this kind of weirdness. Sai was weird, but he was that type of weird. But this Mitsuki character, he's just a bit of an oddball. He feels like an alien. Like, he's like an alien trying to understand what humans are like. He's trying to understand humans' emotions, and he wants to see how people would react when this happens or when that happens. And it is explored mostly in the TV series, but we're talking about the film. And his power is kind of creepy. Obviously there is a little interesting reveal about Mitsuki and who his parents are, and I have to admit, I didn't see it coming. The cinema went in an uproar when it was revealed who his parents was, and I was surprised as well. And it kind of explains his personality as well, but Mitsuki is a cool dude as well. I like him. I like Mitsuki a lot. I really do. But talking about the new generation, I have to admit, the old generation as well, they do take some interesting spotlights. I mean, they are all adults, and it's so nice to see these kids who we saw, like, and now they're the ones running the village now. These kids who in the original series who were running amok, they're the ones who are running the village now, and it's really interesting. It's so fascinating. We don't see much of the original cast. It's mainly Naruto, Sasuke, bit of Sakura, Hinata as well. Hinata's the stay-at-home mother. Why did she cut her hair? I liked her long hair. But yeah, I like how they're all taking these adult roles and they're all matured, and it just shows growth and how far this show has come, to be honest with you. And it is amazing. I have to also give props for this movie for trying to like make an original story, because I mean, this really wouldn't be a film without the villain, you know. I mean, there's just gonna have to be a villain, you know. But this film was kind of like a pilot for this next generation arc. At the time, Kishimoto and his little crew were not too sure on the future of Boruto. They made this movie to experiment, to see how audience would react, and they wanted, I think they had it all planned out, but they weren't too sure if it was going to do well, and it did well. And yeah, they did a manga and they did an anime series, and it's doing really well. And yeah, I like how they, you know, like in terms of the villain, and I know who it's going to be. It is going to involve more of like Kaguya's little clan, and I am quite curious because Kaguya has an entire planet out there that she came from. She's an alien, and there are people out there. So maybe when they're hearing about this, and like these two, they want to kind of what do they want to do? Monoshiki, he wants to he is a member of the Otsutsuki clan, who was the reason Kaguya created the Zatsu army for. He comes to Earth to plant a new Shinjui, as the one he used is dying from using up its world resources. And I'm guessing he wants to, like, their goal is to try and obtain all of the tailed beasts and they want to make it into one chakra, because that was like the will of Kaguya, I think. I don't really remember that arc too much, but I get it. I mean, yeah, I get it. And yeah, this is where we come to the mixed aspects. It's the villain and what they want. I don't hate the villain in anything. I don't hate the villain in any shape or form. But in honesty, it's like this throwaway villain. Like, it's like every time a Naruto movie comes out, they seem to have another villain who just is more OP than the previous one. I kind of get this villain. I prefer this villain a little more than Monosuke and Kinsuke, those two. I do kind of prefer these villains a little more than the one on the moon in the last Naruto film. I do feel like their reasonings kind of make sense in a way. They want to claim back the Tail Beast chakra, and they are absolutely stunned and surprised that these Tail Beast chakras were split into 9 beasts, and they are literally inside humans. Like, I love how surprised and just shocked he is by it, you know. And they seem to, like, when they get these powers, and when they get like the Tail Beast powers, they seem to turn this power into a fruit and they eat it, and that's how they get all powerful and OP and all that. And yeah, I don't mind them too much, but yeah, I have to admit, what they want and what they're planning is kind of explained a little bit more in the TV series. But it's a film. Let's talk about the film. It's like so many things happened all at once when this was happening, and this is, I will say, this is definitely the negative. Boruto was revealed. It's not really a spoiler, and okay, if you haven't seen it, it is a tiny bit of a spoiler, so spoiler alert. Yeah, Boruto is kind of revealed to be cheating. He uses this ninja tech, which is this dude who works in this like lab, I'm guessing. I forgot his name. And he is revealed to be cheating, and Naruto takes his headband and all that, and he's scorned by the village, just like how Naruto was when he was a kid. And then all of a sudden, this dude, the scientist guy, is like, "Hey, buy our Ninja Tech village, 2 for 1, Habibi." And it's like, "Oh, Monosuke is here. Naruto, I want your top Fox power." And it's like, all these stuff are happening at the same time. Naruto being revealed to be a cheat, the scientist guy revealing the scientific ninja tool, and then the villains coming. It all happened at the same time, and it was a cluster frick, a cluster flip. My gosh, it happened, and it irritated me because I wanted to see a bit more of Boruto being cheated and everyone's reaction to that, but we didn't get to see it because we got to the scientist guy, and I wanted to see that, and then the villains happened. So they just rushed it, and I didn't like that. But fortunately, the anime has completely fixed that. The anime has done something that I have to admit I was happy for. When the anime came out, I was like, oh gosh, they really are milking Naruto, aren't they? But I have to admit, it is working. I mean, for what they want to do, tell a new generation story, I mean, yeah, they do expand on the things I mentioned that I didn't like, and the pacing is better, I would say. It is slower at times in the anime, but I have to admit, if you want a more in-depth explanation on stuff that have been happening, watch the freaking anime, because they will freaking explain it for you. But yeah, this review is definitely going on for really long. Apart from that, I have to admit, this is definitely the best Naruto film. I know it's not really Naruto, it's Boruto, but if out of all the movies of the Naruto movies month I've watched, this is definitely the better one. It is the best movie in terms of what they were doing, what they wanted to achieve, and the end goal. Yeah, it is the beginning of a new generation, and we do get to see a lot more, but for a pilot, this was pretty damn amazing, you know. Watching it in the cinema, this was the first Naruto movie I watched in the cinema, and everyone in the film, they were fans of Naruto, and you just felt the atmosphere. Everyone was cheering, people were crying, people were like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And it was a great experience watching it with fans. It was definitely one of the best movie experiences I've ever seen. I loved seeing it on the big screen. It was one of the best movies I've ever seen on the big screen, and Even though this movie does focus on Boruto, it also manages to focus on Naruto because it is still a Naruto film, and we do see Naruto as Hokage. He's achieved his dream and all that, but obviously something is wrong. I mean, he isn't, obviously, it's not all as it seems. His family, he doesn't see his family as much. He loves the job, even though it is exhausting at times, but he loves his job so much that he's willing not to pay his family attention. It's kind of sad, you know, because yeah, we're seeing how Boruto and Himari are not seeing their father anymore, and even Naruto doesn't know how to deal with this. You know, he knew that being Hokage was his dream, and he's working every single day to be Hokage, but it kind of comes at a cost, you know, and we see that cost because he's so busy that he can't see his family as much. And it's quite sad, and he's like thinking what his father would do and all that, and it is interesting, and it's kind of heartbreaking and sad, but obviously, you know, it all turns out okay if you've seen the series. Another negative about the film is definitely the English dubbing. Now, don't get me wrong, the English dubbing is amazing. Most of the characters' acting is pretty damn amazing. Sarada's voice and Mitsuki and Konohamaru's voices, all so great. The guy who voices Sasuke is better acting, gets a better performance of trying to impersonate a boy, you know, to a man. Like, even Naruto as an adult, she sounds pretty cool. Like, that is more adult-like, and it's, yeah, it works. It works because it sounds like a male, but Amanda doesn't. It doesn't. For Boruto, even at that age, he just sounds like a whiny teenage girl who has issues, and it's so jarring.
You'll get tired and I'll have to hold it. It'll just be in the way. So leave the dumb thing at home.
If you close your eyes, you think Boruto was a girl. You would really think he was a girl. The fact that he was pink and all, like, oh gosh. So definitely watch the Japanese voice. The Japanese voice actress gives a much better performance, in my opinion. Yukio Sanpai. That's the name. Sorry. With that, I'm gonna give this film a 9 out of 10, and I'm gonna give it an A. Definite an A. Check this movie out, buy it on Blu-ray. I forgot to mention about Konohamaru as well. Konohamaru is awesome. He's sensei. He's tall. He's all grown up. He does the Rasengan with one hand. Oh gosh, he's cool. I like that dude as well. Another great aspect of the film. But thank you for watching all these Naruto films. You know, some of them haven't really lived up to my expectations how I originally watched it, and others are better than the first time I watched it, and others are even worse than the first time I watched it. But I mean, I've been watching the Boruto series for a long time. It's been about 1.5 years now I've been watching Boruto, and it was nice to go back and see the original Naruto cast and see the adventures, even though it was all filler in a way. It was a nice change of pace in my life, you know. It was nice seeing Naruto and doing all that, and these films, they may have not had a big impact on Naruto series, but they are enjoyable, you know. They do have the better animation. If you do want to see Naruto better animated with better visuals, the movies are the ones to watch. But I don't really recommend the movies, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, the only movies I would recommend are Lost Tower. Oh, the first one, The Land of Snow, Lost Tower, Blood Prison, Road to Ninja, The Last, and Boruto. The rest, I got mixed feelings of the rest. But I'll talk about my ranking in another video coming soon. But thank you for watching. To review, please like and share this video, comment down below and tell me what is your favorite Naruto film. With that said, thank you for watching. As always, Boruto signing out.